You said you initially thought that this was going to be a robbery. What gave you that idea? Why did you think it was going to be a robbery?
I'm a jack boy.
Okay.
I rob drug dealers.
Okay. So he was talking in terms of a job in Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we finna go, okay, boom. But then he's like, man, it's not that. I'm finna go kill somebody. We're gonna get hired. Okay. He told me about the lady. He told me, yo, the lady got the money. She gonna pay us. So, you know, all this driving around and talking to him about the money, I told him, we should just go rob her. That's my intention. Fuck this guy. I don't got nothing against that guy. I don't even know that guy.
Did you know where the dentist lived?
Nope.
Did you know that the dentist had a safe full of money?
Nope.
Did you know that the dentist was going to be paying for at least part of this murder?
No.
And if you had known that the dentist had a safe full of money, would you have driven all the way to Tallahassee to do the murder to then get the money?
No.
What would have been a better idea?
Answer the question.
What would you have preferred to do to get the money?
I would have went and robbed them myself.
Did you suggest to Garcia on the way up to Tallahassee that y'all could just go to whoever had the money and rob them instead of doing this murder?
I had mentioned something like that, yes.
But that Garcia said that wouldn't work, right?
No.
May I approach, Your Honor? Mr. Garcia, I'm going to show you what has
Mr.
been...
Rivera.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so
Twice.
sorry.
Anti-Afro Spengalis. The first illustration I want to point out is how this Latin King gang member let this attorney slide once with calling him by someone else's name. But second time, nah, I'm going to have to tell you about yourself. Everyone has the capacity to let things slide. The reason why I'm posting these clips, it doesn't matter what your education, your background, your training, your upbringing. It all is going to come down to your value system and the decisions that you decide to make. Here you have Latin King gang members, not just him, there's another one. You have dentists, you have doctors, you have lawyers, all involved in this murder case. Their value systems met up and they perpetrated this crime and they got caught. He struck a deal, got 19 years because he wants to see his kids again. Also, did you notice? He talked about his normal routine. I rob drug dealers. I'm in and out. Let's just go rob the person. But now this is a whole complicated situation. He deviated from his normal plan, ends up getting caught. Whatever world you're in, you deviate from the plan, there is going to be peril. And in this instance, the goal is try not to get arrested. Try not to be put in a situation. But you deviated from the plan. Same thing on these YouTube streets. I mean, the plan is not for gang members to come onto YouTube. The plan isn't for those who consider themselves or perpetrate being connected. They're not up here on YouTube bragging about it. I mean, what connection are they going to have if they come on YouTube talking about who they're connected with, how big and bad they are? No, they're going to take care of business. This is his world. This is what he's doing. But the formula applies no matter what world you're living in. Deviate from the plan that works. That's when you start having all these problems, whether the plan is law-abiding or not. When you talk about something, quote, working, unquote, you're talking about within the context of the world someone works in, someone operates in, how they move. In this world, you don't operate and be effective by getting on YouTube and telling the world how big and bad you are, who you're connected with. That just does not work. Subjects out there perpetrating, trying to get noticed, trying to say, look at me, I'm big and bad, I got this history, running their mouths. But they sure like to be seen as big, bad, to be feared, respected, having a history, having a reputation. Interesting how you hear this talk about, don't snitch, don't snitch, don't snitch. Essentially, everyone, high 90 percentile, even if it's not striking a deal, gives law enforcement information when they're caught. Doesn't have to be formally. But it's interesting also how you hear subjects saying they didn't snitch until you get the court documents and it says otherwise. Until you see the police interviews, it says otherwise. These criminals who engaged in this murder for hire plot Guess what they were doing? Communicating with each other. This Latin King's gang member, he's telling you what he is. He's not apologizing for anything. He sought a deal right off the bat. Was he on the internet planning his crime and telling everyone about it? Of course, he'd rather not get caught. It didn't work out that way. One thing none of them did, come onto YouTube and advertise crimes. If you perpetrate a crime, you want to get away with it. I mean, it makes no sense that you go around advertising what you're going to do on YouTube. They got caught for other reasons. None of it had anything to do with coming onto YouTube and announcing to the world what they're going to do. I will reemphasize over and over again, training, education, degrees, none of that matters. What matters is whether these decision makers realize the potential consequences or outcomes of what they decide, who they link up with, what they say, and what they do. In the end, you as an individual has to bear whatever outcomes result from your decisions. You can't blame it on anyone else. And also, no one else can take credit for what you achieve because you do make good decisions, sound decisions, responsible decisions. Good or bad, you bear responsibility for your own decisions. Obviously, I got much more I'm going to be saying. In the meantime, buyer beware.